Hey, what's up? Peace, love, and light. It's your girl Bree with Everything Goes on Bree's podcast. And today I got some special guests, and I know y'all all firing, waiting up to see. First of all, I know y'all hyped for me, period, because y'all been wanting me to do this forever. So I'm finally here. I'm doing it, and who I got is some good people in the building that y'all all want to see, whether it's my sisters or however y'all want to see is the Instagram influencers or the ones that come from the get money days, whatever you want. Everything goes on this podcast today. So any questions I ask, we not scripted. It's all love and it's all raw talk. So yes, it's going down. Stay tuned. Let's get into it. So today we're gonna start off. First of all, let me start with my wine because I need to pour some more of this real quick before we get into this. Before I put on here who we got on here today. So today we got my girl Connie. Today is a special day for us because today is Connie's sentences day for court day. And I know y'all all caught up on that, okay? Y'all all caught up on that. So that whole court sentencing day today, this is what everybody was waiting for. Now y'all thought she was locked the fuck up. But actually she's sitting right here on this couch. Connie Mac, baby, what's up?
And I'll drink to that.
Yes.
No jail time in my G Herbo voice.
No, okay. And then also I got on here is my sister from another since way back. We got Miss Niche Money in the building.
Hey, y'all.
One of them sisters.
One of them sisters.
One of them McFadden girls.
Mm-hmm. So Connie, how does it feel for this to be completely over with? Like,
I'm just so happy that it's over. Like today, y'all was there, y'all witnessed everything and how everything went. Like, I almost like was about to get up and walk out once they pulled out my boyfriend's picture.
mm-hmm.
Y'all seen that part?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You didn't see, he had a picture of his dead body on the table, then had Quill's mugshot right after it. So it was like all bad images of him, like he was a jail nigga and a dead nigga.
Mm-hmm.
So I know y'all seen me start crying.
Yeah,
when I started looking at it, I just put my head down because I was going to walk out, but I was like, I can't do that.
Okay.
And I kept myself right there.
So, knowing that you got, well, you can tell the people what you sentenced if you want to, but you had 3 years on the table, walking away from 3 years in jail, in prison. That's a big deal because you have a great support system, even though motherfuckers think you didn't. You had a great support system, and the fact that all the things that you inherited from childhood up to adulthood, you know, was a big impact to the judge, to, I don't know, I'm not going to say too much on the DA, but towards your lawyer, to everybody else in the courtroom. How do you feel like with that whole situation with the lady that you had the situation with? Like, do you feel like she was ever a friend of you? Do you feel like y'all ever had a friendship at some point?
Now, in hindsight, I feel like she was never my friend. Like, someone posted something the other day, like I was friends with someone for over 15 years and they hated me. And I related to it, so I reposted it because I was friends with someone over 20 years and I just felt like they hated me. They hated my aura, my confidence, my attitude, my personality, because I was nothing like them. We were like milk and oil. But we mixed for other reasons. I'm not gonna lie, like, we definitely got memories in the history, like, that could be in the books. But it's like, now in my book, I'm erasing it. Like, I don't even want to attach myself to it anymore or anything. That's all I just went through for 3 whole years. Like, 3 whole years. Mind you, this been dragged out. Because of, you know, the other side and stuff. I was showing up to court on time. Even when I caught my injury and I was injured, I was still having to travel all the way to court from where I was living. And I still got there every time. And it was like it was being dragged out. Like, but what I didn't like, I don't mind, okay, I did what I did and I stood on what I did. That's why the judge said I took accountability. I don't mind, like, you know, if I went to jail for doing something, I did. But all the lies that was being told and all the extra seasoning being put on it, the spice and all that, that's what was killing me and like hurting my heart. Like,
Cause you ain't expect her to be like that.
Yeah, like you really trying to get me under. Like, you just don't care. Like, and that's like when you watch a motherfucker be on social media platforms, not who they post, quote unquote, post to be. Like, you're supposed to be a woman of God and you covered in the blood of Jesus and this and that. I would not think you would have like carried it the way you did.
How you feel like she carried it? Like a sucker?
Yeah, like on some real shit. If we gonna keep it real, we was in the streets doing this. When you start something in the streets, you keep it in the streets.
That part.
Especially when you started.
That part.
You keep it in the streets. Not just like y'all watched today. Don't show the pictures of the injuries and all like that. I ain't even. My lawyer asked me, "Do you want me to whip out the video of the injury she had when she came back?" I just said no. I don't even feel like going through that. But I think the judge, since from what all y'all said, from what I said, he got that like something was definitely done to me. I didn't just do it for no reason. But he did say, what he watched, like what was the word?
It was brutal.
It was brutal. He said it was brutal. But I feel like if he would have watched what I went through, he would have knew it was more brutal. But he did say that.
It was more of a reaction.
Because, he kept mentioning the fact that my boyfriend died right in front of me the same day.
Yeah.
So I think they took that into consideration. I think that's what mostly like got me out here. Like the fact that my boyfriend got killed right in front of me. And y'all going through this BS case for years. Ain't nothing on my boyfriend's murder. Unsolved. Every time I check and look it up, unsolved. Like, I'm not going to speak too much on niggas and stuff like that because it's some people that's, no longer here and stuff like that. But it's still people that backdoor shit that,
Do you feel like it's your fault what happened with Quill? Like, do you blame yourself? Like, being as though it happened
in the beginning, I was blaming myself. But everybody, including like Quill brothers and his true friends, sis, that was not your fault.
Yeah.
Like, they kept telling me that, like, it ain't had nothing to do with you.
Nope.
Like, and they literally blamed it on the other side. Like, if them bitches would have just left y'all alone, like, XYZ, like, because me and Quill, people didn't know, we was preparing to move. And we had it all set up. Like, we was approved everything. But I couldn't do it no more. Like, once he died, I couldn't go forward with it. Like, I was at a standstill. I just, like, drowned myself in drugs and smoking, just anything to keep my mind off of it. I just was drowning myself in it. And then me knowing I was going to have to go to jail eventually, like, I feel like I ain't never grieve. I just moved past it. And that's why when I go to therapy, my therapist said, like, you're going through your grieving stage right now. Because when it happened, you felt like you couldn't cry and I couldn't even cry or see him at his funeral without people bothering me. Like, motherfuckers was coming, pulling up, setting up cameras down the street and in vans, like they was fucking cheaters, surveillance, like
extra shit.
Paparazzi.
Right, for real.
Yeah, too much extra stuff, like that. I felt like, damn, all this for us, like y'all making it more like we was a big thing, like.
But you are.
Yeah, I was about to say you was.
But I feel like
you talking about far as you. Yeah.
I'm here, like I'm here with everybody. I'm reachable, like and stuff like that. I was living in the heart of North Philly, in the hood of Trap Street, openly, lovely. Me and Cool was walking outside with slippers on. That's how comfortable we was. It was no BS or nothing until all hell broke loose when bitches found out, like, oh, he really in a relationship with this girl.
Well, you got that big platform though. So when you got a big platform and you know, you may be famous to certain people. You know what I mean? A lot of people these days, because a lot of people know who you are. So like you said yesterday, you was like, she could have just said hi when the whole picture situation. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. But sometimes it could be like a bittersweet because you don't got time for the dumb
But it's
shit.
annoying to me because in my head, I don't think I'm nobody but fucking Kanye. What's my name?
You humble. That's all.
Who my name is? Like, I'm just like y'all. Like,
but don't downplay yourself.
But you're not.
But don't downplay yourself.
I'm not downplaying myself. I'm just saying I go through the same shit y'all go through. I've been through the same shit y'all been through, or worse. Like,
but here's the thing: you in a different spotlight now.
Yeah.
You not in that light where it's just you. You got thousands of people watching you on a consistent basis. So it's not the same spotlight that you have when you behind closed doors. So once you come into that, open that door and you go outside in that world is now your world.
Yeah, so but then it comes into me being hard-headed because my friend, Cab, he used to tell me all the time, like, Connie, you down to earth and stuff like that, but you don't know who you is for real. You really somebody. And I used to be like,
yeah, you thoroughly should.
I'm not, no. He be like, no, you're somebody. Like, you.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, I'm kind. He like, yeah, like, you think that, you know, everybody that know you, your friends, know that's just how you carry, like, you just yourself. But, like, you somebody, you need to know that. He was like, I feel like sometimes you don't know that, you don't think that, so you move certain ways.
I think it has a lot to do with your childhood and what happened with your childhood, but that's not my place to talk about right now. We're not even gonna get into that. We gonna get into like how you.
I mean, we can, because even they talked about it in court, and that I didn't even know they was gonna do all that. Like, say everything that, you know, whatever was said between me and the mental health advisor and stuff like that. Like, even when they was bringing it up, I was just sitting in the chair, just spaced out. Like,
all right, let's get into it then. So, like, what I noticed and what I picked up is that you got abandonment issues. And abandonment issues come from your childhood, and it's called childhood trauma, and it's called shadow work that hasn't been done. So what happens is you care about people so much and their feelings and how they move, it makes you feel better because you never received it. Make sense? So you go out the extra mile for people and do the extra mile for people because a lot of motherfuckers don't know who you really are. They only know what they see.
Like, I received it, I feel like I didn't receive it from, like, who I should have. Like, my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm growing up without a mom. I'm seeing all my friends' moms here and there. Of course, I used to be like, damn.
Yeah.
I want a mom. Like, but I had my grandma. And she tried her best to, like, you know, not make us miss out on nothing. But, you know, she also did her or whatever, you know. So, like, I tell people, like, I raised myself damn near. Like, my grandma raised me, but I really, like, had to grow up early.
What was that like, raising yourself at that age in the adolescent years? Like, what was that like? Like, was it scary? Like
no, like, it did teach me stuff. Like, it advanced me. You heard when they said in court, I graduated high school early. Like, I graduated high school.
I said, my girl.
At 16. I graduated high school at 16.
Let them the fuck know what you got under your belt.
I graduated high school at 16. Y'all heard what they said in court. She went to college, all that. I was in college younger than all the people that was in there. And when I scored, when the SAT, when the score was at 1600, I scored a 1301. That's like, damn, that's, back then that was like high.
That's so high like now.
I always excelled in school, but it was always my behavior. Like, I had teachers that, like, got attached to me. Everywhere I go, people get attached to me. I had teachers, like, fighting and crying for me not to get kicked out of school because of me creasing a bitch, like, beating people up, boys, girls, everybody, like, because after, I would be, like, the first one done work in class all the time. And when I was done work, I was bored. So I would get up and run the halls, go to other people's classes, my friends, and stuff like that. I was just, like, I would say a mini menace. Like, so
they say they be the smartest ones though. People don't understand it. It's just what they going through. It's called misunderstood. That's what that is.
Yeah. When I was in 3rd grade, I used to have to go to 6th grade for reading class. My older brother was in 6th grade, And he used to be so mad. He would come home and scream at my grandma. I'm like, Grandma, take her out that program. People in my class saying my little sister can read better than me. And like, he used to be mad as shit because I used to have to go to his class for reading because I was too advanced for the people in my classroom. Like, I was reading adult books. They were reading Cat and Hat.
Mm-hmm. So you got bored fast.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So, like, even with the social media platform you got like a lot of fucking haters out there. And I know you don't give a fuck, but I'm talking about people that's like influencers and things like that. So when you be eating that, because I be watching your lives and stuff, and people be talking they shit, but you be eating it. How you feel about that? Like, cause I just be watching. I want to know like how you really be feeling.
They say I got big teeth. That's what it is for, to eat.
All right, let's get on that. Let's get on that real quick because you know people be asking about that shit. They be asking about your teeth. I'm not gonna tell them. Please tell them why. Cause y'all feel like you're a pretty woman. That's just
me too. I always told you that.
I ain't saying that because you my folks. I'm really saying that because I don't know. I listen.
They niggas think I'm pretty too.
Oh, they really the fuck do though. But tell them why you know your situation is like.
I mean, it's just hereditary. I look like my mama. Like braces can't do shit for me.
And
like,
you said you ain't want to get your jaw.
And I'm about to have a mouth full of metal as a fucking 40-year-old woman. Like, then like I go to the dentist often. I don't have no cavities. All my shit is full. Got caps done, all that. Like, so the dentist was like, the orthodontist would be like, if you did get braces, they would be on for like 3 to 6 months. They would have to break my jaws and all that down. And I don't want to go through that. That healing process is long.
How long would the healing process be?
Probably like a year or 2 years. Like, if you got doing it right, because I feel like I wouldn't be healing it right. Like, I'll be eating smoking.
You smoke and shit. Oh,
smoking and shit like that.
That'll delay the
I'm not trying to go through that.
Yeah.
That's bro, over the years, like, of all of the little fads, people getting surgery, getting shit done, I ain't got no work done nowhere. Nowhere.
Yeah, your body's too.
If I'm gonna gain weight and be a big bitch, I'm gonna just be a big bitch. If I'm going to lose my butt or get skinny, I'm just not gonna have a butt. Like, you don't need that. A bitch will pay, you spend all this money to have designer clothes, crazy body, all this shit pumped in their face, just for they nigga to be fucking the bitch in rainbow slides.
And loving them.
Yeah.
Loving them to the fullest.
Absolutely.
You already know, sis.
Fat and all.
Fat and all.
Fat and all.
They don't give a fuck. Listen here. So, now that you are sentenced with your court date and everything like that, you got anything you feel like you want to say?
I did. Honestly, I went in there so nervous because I knew the DA was gunning for me. She been gunning for me since the beginning of this. And so has the other person been, like, vocally calling the DA. And even... Oh, I don't know. Is that mine?
No. Just cut it off.
But even strangers was, like, off of internet was, like, calling the DA and telling them stuff. Oh, she's online doing this and that. It's irrelevant. Is y'all stupid? Y'all can't call them and tell them nothing ain't got nothing to do with my case or whatever. But now that I see how dirty people play, like, I've been going to jail for doing shit for a long time. Never no petty stuff. If you look at my history, y'all heard them read my charges in there. Like, I got big boy charges. Like, I've never had no locked up for no petty BS. And if I did, they subpoenaed it, like turned it down to a what you call that shit? No, when you get a citation.
Okay.
Turned it down to a citation. Like, all little cases like that was bullshit. But any big boy case I had to fight, I never sat no longer than a month in jail because they would start holding me for ransom after a while. Like, my bells would get higher and higher. Like, you seen that day when I got the bell for this, and y'all was thinking y'all was gonna come right and get me that morning. You was like, call me as soon as you see the
The judge.
The judge. I seen the judge. The bell he dropped on me, I just called in and said, girl, call the lawyer. Cause, like, we not even about to try to spend that type of money. I don't care. I'll slip for a little bit. And I sat then for like 16 days and got released. So once my bond got dropped, my girl came and got me. Like,
that's a day one, A1 right there.
So, and that always happened. Like, ain't nobody letting me sit. Like, if I'm going through it, like, with my family, or even my brothers, like, I wasn't even speaking to them. But when Tanisha called them, like, oh, we need this amount enough for her bail, they sent it over to her.
They sure did.
Like,
that's what's up.
Like, I was lied on and certain stuff, like, to where my brothers had to pop out on Instagram. None of them be on Instagram. Like, my brother, like, I'm down there 400,000 in on bells with my sister. Do not play with her. Like, she's not, never having to call nobody, ask them to put up their house for no bell. Like, we got houses and stuff over here. If that's the case. Like,
so if you seen her today and tomorrow, right? Because you know y'all interact with the same people. So
we can't see. I can't go. I will go the furthest away from her as I can.
I respect.
You heard what you said. Yep. Stay away from her.
I'm glad you on that level.
I will stay as far away from her as I can.
That's what's up, because your peace and your
when the last time we was seeing, she had a certain person with her, and that person tried to try me, and I'm in my head like, is they trying to get me put in jail again? Like, knowing I'm not even supposed to be near this lady. You with her, but I ain't feel like that was her fault. I felt like she even checked the situation, told the girl, like, you can't do that. Like,
some people like to be messy, though, on the low, even when they acting like they not being messy. That's a real fact, though. And at the end of the
excuse was they drunk.
Yeah, that's bullshit. But,
guess what? I'm never drunk and always on point.
I'm drunk and I'm still on point.
So I would have twisted you like a pretzel.
Not me.
And you would have
but I get drunk.
But no, this person could walk a straight line. Like, I would have bended and folded you. I was, bro. Right about now, I don't do none of the stuff I used to do.
That's good.
I'm healthier.
That's good.
Bigger, stronger.
I love it.
Like, I feel like I'm back to, like,
you gained your power
regular
back,
me. Like, yeah.
You got your power back.
I feel like I took my power back. Like,
that's right. That's
like, I know right about now, like, I really, like, twist somebody, but I don't want to. I don't have no desire to do that ever again.
Because you are in your own purpose at this point. You walking in your own light and path. See, people don't like positive shit. You start talking positive shit, you corny, you boring, you ain't got shit. You don't want to hear that shit no more. Because people's lives be so fucked up and negative that they want to just go where all the negative is at.
Bro, while I was in court, while I was in court today, somebody sent me a screenshot of somebody on live, and it was like 400 people in there. Everybody was commenting, I hope Connie go to jail. Like, damn.
Like, what you going through that you
what
want
I
me to
do to you?
Like, what kind of person?
What did I do to you? Like, and then
what happened to you to make you feel like
that?
Them be the bitches that never seen a day of jail. Then they like, because they would. I don't wish that on my worst enemy.
Don't even understand it.
Like, I ain't never get nobody locked up. I even got shot at by a nigga, and I ain't get him locked up. And y'all know what happened with that. And when they was threatening to lock me up if I ain't come to court. What's gonna be the charges? I ain't come to court.
I feel like people went to court because they was embarrassed. That's what I feel. That's just my personal thoughts. I feel like people went to court because they was embarrassed. I feel like at the end of the day, people was never your friend. I feel like when you bring a op to somebody's home or, place of residence, bitch, what we doing here? Like, because
you're not my friend.
You're not my fucking. You never was my fucking friend.
It was no way.
And what's crazy is everybody snapped on me because that day when that happened, the first day, I literally, my words to her was, I'm not fighting you in front of all these strangers. Like, we've been friends for too long.
Yeah, like
we can go mix in my house if we want to.
Cared about her.
It was like we can go mix in my house.
And I know that shit hurt your feelings.
So who next?
My fucking feelings.
But you bring them bitches. So who next? Who's going to step up to the plate? And it was about 3 6-foot bitches there, and they didn't budge at all. The littlest one did. I'll give her that. She the only one that stepped up when I went down the line. Who next? Which one of y'all going to catch this fade? She stepped up, but whole time, she hiding brass knuckles in her. So you came... I feel like if you take weapons to fights, you either feel like you unsure about it, how it's going to go, or you scared. Or you feel
Either
like
way, it's
that
premeditated.
person, Because I've never, until that happened to me, like, I explained to my life, bro, I fought a lot of bitches in my life, and nobody never hit me with a weapon before like that. Like, I had never been hit with brass knuckles. So I took that personal, and I was mad as fuck. And I called my brothers, and I'm telling them what's going on. Everybody I called, all roads led to that person. They said, bro, fuck her up. Like, we gonna come get you. Like, we already knew what the outcome was gonna be. Like, cause me knowing her for as long as I know how she play. I ain't the first person she did this to. Like, but it's like, you do all types of shit.
But she saved.
That's in the streets.
It's not even
So
her
like
being
you
saved.
The church now.
But you supposed to not be able to.
You a street person, and we all do street stuff. So it's like, once she stepped into the street, it was supposed to stay in the street. It was never supposed to reach the courts. That's not how we in our society roll. Like, if you want to be legit, let's rock legit. Go to the cops. But if you want to be street, then be street.
I feel like if you would have went to the cops after I did what I did, all right, I respect that. But you came for some more. What you thought was the army of people you came with, I guess was going,
I don't even respect that.
I guess was going to pack us out.
I don't respect that.
But it didn't go that way that
I got a little
time.
bit.
It didn't go that way that time. Even the beginning of the fight, a lot of people ain't see that because that wasn't on video. She had brass knuckles on. And my friend kept stopped in the middle and said, nope, we not doing that. Take all the weapons off your hands. Like, he checked everybody's hands. Nobody had me and her. They made her take the brass knuckles off. She took them off. I had nothing. They made me show my hands. I had nothing. And we knuckled up and forth. But I still ain't want to fight her. In my head, the people that came with her, I wanted to fuck them up more. Like, because bitch, why are you here? Like, not even that. Because why is you here?
Why you here?
Like, so it was a little, people didn't even know because, they not hearing why we over there. Because I feel like what me and her had wasn't no fight. I wasn't really trying to do it to her. Even everybody that know me said it, that know how I fight and stuff, they was like, you wasn't really going hard at her. Like, I was like, because like, I didn't want to, like, or whatever. I wanted to get who I wanted to get. Like, people don't know, I whispered in the air, like, let me go so I could beat one of your friends up. And she let me go. Like,
it's giving us a fucked up person because she got her own mental issues. That's a person with
she was
mental
like
issues.
clawing in my eyes, like holding my eyes, and I had to like literally pry her hands off my eyes. Like, it wasn't even fighting at that point. It was like a cat fight, a dumbass cat fight. I was getting tired of it. Like, I just wanted to go break some more bitches up that I didn't like, and I knew like what you here for. Like it was strangers just pulled up, bitches you don't even know. It just seemed like you was riding in your car and seeing people like, hey, you don't fuck with Connie? Get in. Like,
what you would tell out here to all the bitches now, like with the young girls that's coming up? Because excuse me, I feel like there's no role model example when it comes to, they got OG for the men, but where's the OG for the women? Like, I feel like there's no role models coming up. So as an influencer, what would you say to the young girls out here that's coming up, that's watching you, or just coming up, period? Like, what would you say back to them?
I ain't gonna lie, the young girls now is different.
Yeah, they
from
are.
Where it's like, some of them different in a good way. Like, they on their money shit, they getting money, doing shit. But what I don't like is at 19 and 20 and 23, y'all getting your bodies done. Y'all ain't even waiting for your grown woman weight to come. That's why the shit get wonky when you turn 30, because your grown woman weight is coming in. And now you looking all lump-sided and crazy, like, because you didn't wait for your adult weight to come in to,
They didn't wait for development.
Development, yeah. So now you got bitches saying now how they want to take their shit out. And they don't know that's a whole process. Yep. Like, and then some people still got, back in the day, silicone in them.
When it first came out.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. That was people was dying from that shit.
Yeah, and then motherfuckers changing their faces. I feel like when you have your baby and your baby look like your regular self, fuck you gonna tell your baby?
Oh man, that's a crazy thing. Your face card changes. Like, to even just play with your body like that. Like, I don't have nothing wrong against
Yeah,
if
I
you
don't
want to
got
do
nothing
little
against flex,
stuff,
especially. But I feel like you need to be developed, grown enough to know,
right?
and not just doing it for a man. Because most of these bitches doing like Rick Ross, baby mom said,
Mm-hmm.
when bitches get BBLs, they do it to trick.
Yep.
Or
She
Y'all
to
said,
entice,
walking around
either
with
y'all
it.
do it to
entice
trick or
someone.
for
Yep.
to get a nigga
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
with some money or whatever. Because that's what you
Yeah.
did it for. Or whatever. When these bitches getting niggas with money and stuff like that, shaped like lowercase h's.
Me,
Like,
sorry. Nobody.
like those lowercase h.
So we gonna hop in the niche real quick, and we gonna come back because we gonna chop it about a couple more things. So right now we got my sister Tanisha in the building. Let's
Hey,
go,
y'all.
Niche. So Nisha's a McFadden, and everybody
Yes, to the
know
blood, honey. Down to the blood.
there's only one name that's a McFadden, and you definitely coming from that family somehow, some way. So if you don't know about the McFaddens go back all the way up to now, whereas though they're known for who they are when it came to the game with the streets and the money and the drugs and everything else. But Tanisha is an actual true bloodline of that from a descendant of her siblings who actually was indicted by the feds, things of that sort. Also, I was around her to be a part of her in so many different situations and things to notice for a fact about her, to overcome so much and to be a mom who she is today and the caliber of the woman that she is today is like amazing, because I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Sorry.
I don't even know, living that lifestyle is like, people be acting like they want it until they really get it, and once they get it, they don't want that shit. So Niche, let's talk about it, baby.
Let's
Come
talk
on over
about
here.
it. What's up? Oh, okay. I'm coming over there.
So yeah, let's talk about it, baby.
Sit down.
So what it was like, tell me, because I wasn't around, but I wasn't around. So tell me what it was like growing up being a McFadden, like one of the youngest siblings or whatever the case may be.
I was raised by my mom. My father is a McFadden, but we carry the name.
Mm.
My mom and her sisters were, in their time, they was them
shit.
fly girls.
Yes,
They was like
was.
some of the original fly girls. You had, the Thompson sisters from 61st, and I'm talking about from West Philly. I really can't talk about other neighborhoods. I'm talking about from West Philly, but growing up, you had like the they not my aunt and them age. You had the Smalls, from I think that's 55th and Lansdowne Avenue. Then you had my aunts that were from 61st and Master. You had a couple other fly women coming up in their era, but I got to watch the actual glitz and glamour. Like, I used to sit back and be like, when I grow up, I'm gonna have a car just like that. All the niggas with money used to spin past my grandma's house, jump out, and, talk to my mom and my aunts and them. So I was able to watch that coming up. So, of course, we was gonna fall into it because that's what we seen. The Saabs and the BMWs and the all white Benzes. Like, we seen all that coming up. So, of course, that's what I went for. I went for them same type of men when I looked for my men, but I watched, my aunt's fiance was from South Philly, Tobias. He was a heavy hitter down there. He was murdered. So my brother was murdered as a result of his kidnapping. So we went through that. My brother was 16 years old, but he was very advanced. Craig Tobias, he was that's Tobias. Yeah, Tobias and Taquil's dad. So
this really your story is like really the paid in full.
No, this shit
this
real.
Shit,
like, this is real.
Our story is the really the paid in full days in Philly. Like,
yeah, it's real. So, like, Craig was kidnapped Christmas Eve, and that's Tobias, big Tobias. He was kidnapped. I can remember. I I can remember all of us meeting at my grandmom's house, you know, and my mom and them be like, one thing about the women back then, it was like kids are not allowed to hear what's going on. So we were sent in another room, but we could hear them. We could hear them crying and talking. The police there, you know, questioning because they found Tobias's car with the door open with a blood trail. So I remember that. I was young. And, you know, I remember my aunt going through it, my Aunt Alice. She was going through it because she had just had her son Tobias. Mm-hmm. And, you know, my brother, who at that time was dealing with Tobias on, like, you know, on a level of streets. Mm-hmm. She turned to him to, like, ask him for assistance in locating Craig. And as a result of that, 4 days later, my brother was murdered. Mm. So we went through that. We went through that. And, you know, people don't, they look at us and they be like, oh, them bitches think they better than nobody. No, we don't think we better than everybody. Y'all think we better than y'all. Because we don't look down. We are very down-to-earth people. We don't look at people like we better. We just know our value. We know our worth. Like, that's what we was raised to know. Like, we not...
Hold up, bitch. You get me emotional.
I'm sorry.
Like,
I'm sorry.
You had me emotional earlier, yeah. Connie. There you get me emotional again. Hold on. Let's get my shit together. You got me on camera like this. All right, come on.
Okay. So, yeah, like, we've been through some shit. Like, people only see the upside of what, you know, of our lives. Like, we've been through some shit. We only moved uptown because, you know, we from West Philly.
Yeah, I know.
We moved uptown because my father used to beat the shit out of my mom. Mm-hmm.
How many of y'all is it?
7 of us by my mom and my dad. We all have the same mom and dad. So, yes, and they were married. A lot of people like to tell stories like, oh, they all got different dads. No. All 7 of us has the same mother and same father. Yeah. We come from the same everything. You know, my father does have children outside of my mom, but he was only married to my mom. They married young. They had a lot of kids, and we the results of that. My dad was a heavy hitter too, from Winfield. You know, he did his thing. He took care of us, but you know, back then they on that powder. Yeah. So you know, he was doing his thing, but it took over him, and he used to beat my mom. So we moved uptown. Mm-hmm. So that's where we met you. So, and what's crazy is we never really fit in uptown because everybody looked at us like, y'all ain't from up here, y'all from West Philly, but then we never really fit in down West Philly because we moved uptown.
I see little motherfuckers come from.
You know? You ask motherfuckers, they gonna say they from uptown.
Well, she don't get it fucked up.
Oh no,
don't get it fucked up. She definitely uptown. She uptown all day.
Yeah, I reps uptown.
But we know she from West. If you know her.
If you ask about her brothers, they'll say they West.
Right.
That's because they played out West a lot.
Yeah, because they played out there. Yeah. You know that Lansdowne Redfield Avenue, that was they stomping ground.
But when you was uptown, you know Matthew Street. That's where they lived.
Yeah, Worcester Street. We up there. Like you know that we was up there.
What's the area around there where the players we had? The neighborhood.
Somerville.
No, West.
Oh, West Philly.
Oh, you mean Lansdowne?
Hilltop.
Oh, that's Winfield. You know, our family.
Remember, it was Hilltop Hustle?
Yeah.
All them niggas at the month.
Yeah.
So you was about like, when y'all first remember your first relationship with your baby dad, your relationship was crazy because you was still like a teenager.
Started young.
You started young, and you was in that game for a minute. Yeah. You went from watching it to actually being a part of it. Yeah. Because I remember you couldn't even have nobody at your crib. You couldn't.
There was a lot going on here.
I remember one day we was in a car. I was like,
there was a lot going on there. So
what was going on? Like,
yeah, it was a lot going on there at that time.
You want to elaborate on like how that?
I was like the go-to house. Like, so my brother was the one. You know, he was the one. He was the one, and because I had the relationship with my kid's father, my brother, like, made sure, like, that was his number 2. Like, you know, so it was like, I'm gonna look out for you because you looking out for my sister.
That's
So
crazy, 'cause that's what my brother be
Yeah.
doing when I get a boyfriend.
And your sister.
oh, and my sister,
A
she
beast.
let me explain
beast.
this. Okay, so when my brother died, my mom completely. She was a mom, you know.
I
My
know.
mom, she cooked, she cleaned,
Mm-hmm.
she was a mother. But that loss of my brother took over her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I know now being a mom what she was going through.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was like
A lot.
it was because she buried herself in work.
Mm-hmm. And she ain't had nobody like supporting her the way she needed the support. And like,
She had my grandma. She didn't have her mother.
which grandma? Is this the mean one that used to be mean to us?
She's not mean.
That lady was mean as shit, Tanisha.
No, my grandma was not mean.
Connie, you walk in the door, you had to sit down, don't move, can't go up the steps. You know your grandma was not playing.
Yeah, because she didn't trust people to walk around the house. Like, people get sticky fingers.
Yeah.
They do things. So my grandma was like, she was the sweetest lady.
Wait, I'm talking about the one that knit.
That Alice, my grandma
Yeah,
Alice.
yeah.
But my money grandma.
Okay,
yes. The money
she
grandma.
was a sweetheart, but she wasn't playing, is what I'm saying.
My grandma, she stepped in a lot.
She helped a lot
for my mom. Like I said, my mom worked 2 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
She tried to join the police academy, but because my father was so involved in crime, she couldn't even sit for the exam. Right. So my mom, like I said, she buried herself in work. And my grandmother would come in the morning. She'd cook us breakfast and take us to school. Mm-hmm. So, she'd pick us up from school. She'd have our lunch ready. And then we went to our programs, like cheerlead and dance, whatever. Like, but my grandma was a huge support for my mom. Like, but my mom's mother, who on the other hand, she was in West Philly. And she didn't make the same efforts as my great grandmother, because that was my mom's grandma that you were talking about.
I want to go back in time real quick.
Sure.
It's gonna put you in a time frame. So I remember a time when me and you was together and we was going somewhere. I think we was coming from the mall or something. Mm-hmm. And you got a phone call. Mm-hmm. And the phone call was very traumatizing.
About my mom?
For ransom. Mm-hmm. How did that make you feel with that phone call? Because I know how it made me feel just being your sister friend, but just hearing that phone call saying your mom is held captive in a tub with bleach and tape for ransom.
That was Tyron. So Tyron was held captive.
That was Tyron, okay.
So my mom was kidnapped. They kidnapped my mom and they held her for $500,000 ransom. When I got that phone call, I was with Twin. I was with James.
Right, because I was with you for the Tyron.
Yeah, with Tyron. I was with James. And I was on my way. I had just got a house up the Northeast because me and my kid's father had separated. And James was like my protection. Like, he was riding with me up there. They called and it was like, get the mommies right now. We just got a call. Somebody said they took her. So, mind you, months before, there was a story, like, rumors. People were saying, like, oh, they gonna kidnap your mom, your aunt, or you. Like, to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, because they would get my baby father and my brother vibe, So, we all always kept somebody with us. But, like I said, my mom worked. Like, my mom worked. So, she was coming home from work. And she noticed like her trash cans was knocked over. And she went in the back of the house to pick up. And they snatched her.
That's all right, sis. I love you.
I mean, we through it now, so.
But it still hurt because the same way you crying right now is traumatizing. Like, it's traumatizing for me and it's not my mom. But I know Miss Karina because I love her like a mom, but you my sister, so that's why I'm feeling what you're feeling. So, it's okay.
Yeah, and even me and Tanisha, I know she don't worry about her.
But she don't worry about her family, period. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, as a person like me witnessing things, it's one thing to hear something, it's one thing to witness something. And by me witnessing what she went through as a child, up to adult, blood can't make you no thicker,
Yeah, because I wasn't even at an age of a teenager. I would hear about the family and a brother and the bag and how motherfuckers fucking with the family because the
But Nisha so laid back. See, a lot of people don't understand Tanisha.
Like it was like you would hear that shit all over down South Philly. So whatever, they got a nickname for your brother. I'm gonna tell you over here. They got a little nickname for him, like the Taker.
Well, that's what he was. I mean, let's get into it. Like we can definitely get into it because
even all over you would hear about it. Like they used to call her brother Ty the Taker. So they used to say shit like, bro, they had assumptions like the whole family in on it, including mom and grandma, and they wasn't. Like people would think that. That's why they would go after them because they would think like they were so involved, but they really wasn't. They was just
shit. I didn't even know Keith was in the shit.
The thing is, if you got a big brother that's getting money, you gonna find a way like me. My brothers get money, so I find a way to make money. So I know they was finding a way to make money on their own.
I was giving money.
Motherfuckers would probably think that, for sure.
I was giving it.
I always would hear Tanisha was the spoil you one. With
Tyron. With Tyron.
No, but they would be like that. Tanisha was the little sister. And she was the only one who didn't get caught up in the jail shit and all that. Because everybody protected her.
No, that's not how that's bullshit.
That's absolutely
that's
not
bullshit.
True. But so I don't know. Like when they kidnapped my mom, it was just. I just remember thinking like, damn, like I hope they don't kill her.
She gonna make it home.
I know you was thinking that, baby. Cause I just didn't know. I just remember that day like I was vivid. I can see it like yesterday. I just was
but that certain group of people, they was doing a lot of kidnappings.
I just
any nigga people that had money, they was.
Well, it's just not even about that. It's just the fact that you coming home, knowing if you think about being a mom.
If you know my mom, if you ever met my mom, you would be like, this lady is so like she like the sweetest person. And Tyron, he stayed away from her so that people would know who she was. That shit was inside. That was inside. Cause first of all, we all like, my mom is brown. Like you wouldn't even know she was our mom. Like she looked like a real Indian.
Yes,
she looks like an Indian lady from India. Like literally. Like you would not know that was our mom unless you knew us. Like so that was some inside shit. And they kept my mom for 12 hours. They kept my mom. But I remember Tyron pulling up and he said, "What you crying for?" I said, "'Cause they got mommy." He said, "You know I'm gonna go get her." So when he told me that, he was like, I knew like he gonna go get her. He gonna pay.
It's all right, sis. Let that shit out. Because you never let it out before. Oh, okay.
So he got my mom. Like, they let my mom go. Like, my brother told me, he said, "I don't give a fuck what I gotta get him." Now, my other brother, Tali, this nigga was telling the people, like, "I'm gonna kill you, nigga." Like, he's like the complete opposite of Tyron. Tyron is the non-confrontational one. Tyron, he on some, listen, we gonna pay this shit. We gonna pay this shit. Whatever we gotta do, we gonna get this shit done. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he's more business minded. You know, Tali is hot headed. Tali's very hot headed. He's like, I'm killing you niggas. Tyron was like, "Why the fuck are you telling them that?" Like, just tell them to come get the shit. Ask them where to meet them at. We'll drop it. Like, you know? So, they wind up, these niggas, they went from wanting $500,000. They like, just give us some bricks. Like, just give us the drugs.
They just was hungry. They was hungry.
You know, whatever. Just bring us, just give, and we'll let her go. like, you know, and they let my mom go. I remember them calling.
Because I'm sure the time they had your mom, they realized, like, this lady
They knew what it was.
No, the one guy, my mom said, they had my mom taped up in the back of a white van. And my mom said the guy that stayed in the car with her was nice when there was no one else in the van. Mm-hmm. But when the other people came in the van, he would be aggressive with her. Mm. She said it was one guy, he kicked the skin off my mom.
Could you know, just being a woman, you know, that has that type of strength of that caliber. First of all, you're a single mother with 7 kids. I'm not even including nobody else. I'm including Miss Karina as I see Miss Karina. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot to deal with 7 kids.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
All different personalities and like, you know, coming up, period. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot now when we got our kids. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
is bad bitches and
yeah, like, and Miss Karina is known for who she is and her sisters, and then coming up raising kids that's on that caliber in a different society at a different time and a different years and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot. So now it's like
that shit is true when they say
y'all really like legends out
not on you. It's in
y'all be on that legend page. What's that page y'all on?
Oh, Philly Street
Legends.
Yeah, he rep us all the time.
Yeah, they always posting y'all.
They post to my dad and
everything. But this is the humbleness is why I love y'all, because people know y'all. Don't get it fucked up.
But they don't know who we come from.
But they don't know where y'all really come from. That's why the fuck I had y'all two together today. Because I could have split it up and did it. But no, I wanted people to see the real shit. I want people to see not that fake shit they see on social media, not the shit people pretend they are. I want y'all to sit here and listen to people that's really from this shit. Not what you see that's scripted or what you hear about this person, but what the fuck I'm telling you, what these people are telling you right here. And I'm telling you from experience and knowing these people. So at the end of the day, y'all need to hear this shit, because all that shit that y'all see on there is pretend with other people. But here's your live proof right here. This
like
right
my
here.
dad coming home from jail and like I be on live. Shit. I be trying to like make my dad.
Yeah, a little bit. Don't.
You don't want to I'm about to say that cup dry as shit over there, baby.
But like when my dad came home, because in total he did in jail 48 years. 48 years. For like 3 separate homicides. Damn. And the third one, it was like, I'm like, you ain't tired? Like, you don't want to just be a grandpa? Your kids got kids and chill. Yeah. Like, but being as though where he came from, you know, my dad was in the JBM. So, yeah. Even recently, like, he getting so many opportunities. Like, when he came home, they had a car for him, all that. So, I realized, you know, the dude that owned room service, he stopped me one day, you know, basically told me why he let me do whatever I want in there. Why?
Next.
Basically why he let me do whatever I want in there. But there's a story. They had him back in the day, kidnapped him, and was going to kill him. And my dad took him out the house and saved his life. So he felt like he wouldn't have what he had now if it wasn't for my dad. Yeah. And he wouldn't be here.
We supposed to go to room service the other night, wasn't it?
He got my dad a car, all that.
Yeah, they good dudes. Like the curly tops, definitely good dudes. They definitely earners. They were definitely heavy earners in West Philly,
so
for
sure.
Fuck with you? Who, me?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Who you fuck with, Connie? Run it. Y'all bitches gatekeeping?
I really don't.
No. Y'all bitches gatekeeping.
I'm gonna keep it all the way G. I really don't fuck with nobody right now. Right now, I'm single and doing whatever I want. But I've been.
Who on your top list?
I've been celibate for 2 years, as far as I ain't been penetrated. Ain't nobody.
What?
Ain't nobody.
Bitch, teach.
You know I was fucking a girl, so that's not all the way celibate. They say. But
I feel like if it ain't.
I just feel like I was just so stuck on Quill and our relationship.
You ain't have time.
And that every time somebody new came, as soon as they did something I ain't like, peace. Yeah. Like, my tolerance became lower.
I mean, I'm celibate now, but, you know.
I ain't had to go through that type of shit. I felt like I was living a very soft life, and bitches interrupted it. And, like, I was so upset at that. But I'm not gonna lie, weeks before Quill death, I feel like he was preparing me for it.
That man's spirit is heavy, by the way.
Yeah.
Speaking on that. I ain't get off you yet.
Okay, you're back on me?
I'm back on you.
Okay, what are we talking about?
Connie, because she's sitting here smiling with this smirk. So I heard you was messing with...
I have an NDA for the NBA.
She said I got an NDA for the NBA. I gotta use that. I gotta use it.
Couple of them.
A couple of them. I ain't saying no names.
We gonna say this. They said the nigga was buying his bitches the same bags.
Woo! Was they Chanel bags?
Yeah.
Yes. They came in a black box. A black and white box. And I was there when Tanisha got hers.
Bitch, I got the phone call. That's all I remember.
I was there when she got hers.
It was 3 of them. Sorry.
It was 3 of them.
It was 3
Wasn't
of them.
that like, cause
But her favorite one is the white one.
Yeah, I like that one.
I remember that night we was out. Remember that? Where you gonna go to beat the death? But you remember that when we was out?
Mm-hmm.
You had your little running.
We almost had to beat them bitches
crazy.
up. They thought we was groupies.
Yeah, like, girl, I don't have to group anyone. I know this man's physical address. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and
we're not talking about no regular ball players. We talking about NBA players.
Yeah,
I
I was just sitting there like, what would I need to take a picture of this man for when I have naked pictures of this man sending me holding his dick in his hand?
Oh,
like,
you talking about when the bitch like, don't take no pictures.
like,
And we was like, who the fuck you talking to?
Like, she touched me. I was like, don't touch me.
Oh, yeah. I seen Tanisha real aggressive. So I go behind her like, well, what's going on?
Because she touched me.
Because, you know, when I get that lick in me, I was ready to go. I said, who you want me to punch? Tanisha like, nobody, Tiny. Don't punch nobody.
Let's just move. Like, you know,
yeah, she was like, let's just move. We going over there with the other ballers.
Yeah,
and we went over there with the other ballers.
Like this is not
where
that
we
serious.
was set and seated at and had bottles and everything set out for us before we even got there.
I can't believe that.
All I see is a bitch over there. All I see is her over there like, I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah, my spidey sense started taking when I seen Tanisha's face. Her friend was just like, and I ran behind her.
Because
I said, who the sock? She like, nobody, Kanye, don't sock nobody. I'm
but
like,
see, this bitch is crazy.
But I didn't. I just told her, don't fucking touch me. Yeah, because she was like, no, don't fucking touch me. Like, I don't know you, girl.
I think they be thinking because Nisha little, Nisha be feeling them fucking bowls. Like, she throw them hands for real.
Yeah. I heard about it. And it's crazy about it. The whole time me and Tanisha been being together.
Not anymore.
We ain't never had to get in a fight, but
because we all
that one time Tanisha called me when we was beating that bitch up I had to beat up. And I said, I'm coming up there to fuck her up now. Tanisha like, girl, she going. Me and my kids already whooped her ass. And I hear her kids in the background like, yeah, she hit my mom. We fucked up. Like, I said, these kids are crazy.
But Niche, so like now that you older, you got kids, you know, you chill, you more laid back. Mm-hmm. Like, what's your advice to the young Indigenous women? Like, what would you give them as good advice? Like, what would you say to them? Like, for the ones that's up and coming or think they know it all and ain't seen shit yet or don't know what it really is like.
But wait, tell them what you... Because you're not just black.
No, I mean, I'm mixed.
What you made of? You're a mutt.
Oh, it's a lot. Like,
she's a mutt.
I know she a mutt, but I'm just saying, like, to our culture, period.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I will say that the young girls now, a lot of them are very independent. Whereas though, like us back in the day, we were more kept. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, we're kept by men that took care of us. These young girls actually out here doing their thing. So I applaud them. Mm-hmm. Like, I applaud all of them.
Some of them doing it wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, me and my cousin... And back there, we had a talk the other day about young bitches not knowing when that ain't your nigga. Like, basically.
Oh, it's not young bitches.
But
older bitches
you could be fucking a nigga.
It's not they nigga.
No, but some of these young girls going crazy though, just like doing crazy shit to them, fucking up their property and stuff like that. And it's like,
I mean, I think that come with the game.
No.
Like, to me,
I'm gonna say
this. Like,
don't
now,
touch nobody's property.
No, I'm gonna say this. Now, a lot of people be like, let's keep it P. Like, honestly, we women, we're emotional. Exactly. And it's like, once a woman,
but you could pay for some shit if you fuck up.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, once a woman actually attaches herself to a man, she takes some type of ownership. No,
but sometimes it don't be attachment with these bitches. They literally just be fucking a nigga and thinking.
But it's still an intimate attachment. Like, you know, and you gotta sit back and think, like, niggas don't come in and tell you, like, oh, we just fucking. Like, you
Some
know,
niggas do that.
and if they do, then if
Yeah,
a
I
girl,
respect
if a
Some
girl
niggas
snap
do.
out, then she's out of line.
Like, we watched it. That's why I brought the situation. I'm saying we watched the nigga basically show the bitch like, I'm not your nigga.
But for
like,
the ones that's insecure, what would you
and
say
it was
to them?
still like
For insecure women?
For the insecure ones, like for what would y'all
let
say?
me
the insecure
say
women?
this. So like I was saying, to like the younger girls, what I would say to them is first protect yourself. You and it took me a long time to love me. Like, you know, like I had to sit back and think like, damn, what really makes you happy? I didn't know. You know, like material things, I had that shit. That shit don't make me happy. Like, you know, it's good to have. It make you feel good when you go outside, but is that happiness? No. It's a facade. Like, it just, it's a character. It's like when you go outside, you put your mask on. Like, you know, and you somebody else. But it don't actually make you happy. Like, you know, like I think a lot of young girls should first learn to love themselves. Like, you gotta learn to love you. You gotta learn to identify with yourself and what you like. Like, what kind of food you like. Like, not because this nigga taking you to this 5-star restaurant and Wagyu is the thing that you should do. Like, you know, like, no, what do you really like? What do you really like? Like, you know,
but that's when a nigga really like you, when you showing your true
Who
self.
you really are.
Yeah, like I think they should learn you. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because a lot of us, they have been through it. Like, you know, it's okay to seek guidance from someone. I wouldn't say to always, I would say listen to the guidance, but analyze it and
I would say
make it
it's
fit
okay
for
to have
you.
old heads. Some people, right, these days, since old bitches be so weird,
They
They
be
be
like,
hateful.
I don't got old
They be
heads, but
hateful.
it's still some old bitches out here that really give you game and really like put you together.
On
like,
the fucking
I'm one of
couches
them,
right
like,
here.
really
Well,
put you
I'm
together,
honest. I'll be honest
tell you,
with
like,
you. I can give you all the game you need on some real estate. You call me, you
But
ask
that's
me about
game,
that.
though. That's
I can give you the game.
Every time
and I
I'm
ain't
doing
gonna
something with bitches, I call Tanisha first.
I ain't gonna
like,
gatekeep it with you. Like, you know, I'm gonna tell you what I know. Like, you know, and I'm gonna try to steer you in the right way based off of my failures.
Right.
My experiences, so that you don't do what I did. Like, you know, like I'm gonna advise you in that way. I'm not gonna tell you like, oh, you know, because when I was coming up, I had older women that tell me like, oh, he getting money. Like, I'm gonna put you with him. Like, you know, and that wasn't the right thing for me. Like, it wasn't for me. Just because he was getting some money doesn't mean he gonna give it to me. Like, you know, and it wasn't the right thing for me. Like, you know, so I would never advise a woman to be like, or a young girl to go and get with a nigga because he got some money. No, sis, make your own.
And that's what I was about to say.
Make your own.
Nowadays, go out there and get it, because
fucking money.
We the niggas with money now.
But Breezy, I
want
to take you back to a time, right? You remember one day I was sitting at your house and you was like, you not happy. You remember that? You was like, you not happy. You told me, you said, Tanisha, you be Chanel down to your fucking socks. And bitch, I see you not happy.
Yeah, we was at the old house. We was on 10th Street.
Yeah.
I remember.
I wasn't.
I know.
Nigga used to give me 30, 40 to go to the mall.
I know.
You know, and I wasn't happy.
I felt like with that whole situation, because how I was, Connie, so you know, Niche had friends outside of us.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Which everybody do, you know? But she had friends that was in a certain spotlight. We was the friends that you call...
They was my friends.
But I feel like people that don't know Tanisha think you satisfy her material things, but she always had that.
Let me tell you something.
So she don't need that. She's always had it. They don't dig that.
Let me tell you something about my sister. That bitch is the most... We the same in a lot of ways. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when we was young, we used to bump heads, argue like real sisters. You know what I'm saying? But one thing couldn't nobody do was separate us. If we did it, we did shit ourselves.
But that's how people did it. They even like, how them three get together.
But,
like,
yeah, but...
Because it's just
that
a
bitch
vibe.
I'm coming. Yeah. Vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And, like, one day we just sitting on the couch, and, like, she had... This bitch, I'll never forget, this bitch bought me a furniture set. I have a motherfucking thing. I had a house. That's what I did have with 3 motherfucking kids. Or was I pregnant with I at the time?
No, you had
I had Khalil and Muhammad, didn't I?
Lil and Muhammad, and you was pregnant. And I just remember I came to your house. I was proud of you. I said, My bitch then she got a crib.
Yep, got the fuck up on
And
out
my
of here.
baby father had a whole bunch of money. I called you. I said, bitch, I'm gonna take you to the furniture store.
And we went.
And we got you a living room set, a dining room set, and the kids a bunk bed.
And got some Gucci shoes.
And one thing about Tanisha, if you call her and say, I'm in the gym, I need this,
yeah, but
I need
she that wasn't that. That was just her.
No,
being
I'm just
my
saying,
sister.
period. Her personality, like call her and say, I'm in this, I need this or that. Like, well, look, I got this apartment up here. Go there.
But
and
back then, Nisha ain't
like,
fuck with, but who she fuck with. She our now versus then was two different things. Like, so when she bought that, I was happy because like I'm like, damn, my own family ain't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So instantly that gravitated me to her, not because of what she bought me, but because she didn't have to fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? So when she did that, what bothered me was now everybody else expected her to do it for them.
Yeah, because I got a question for you too, Breezy.
Y'all can ask me whatever y'all want to ask.
Get into you too. How do you feel about your son and his? I know it's tender for you and his situation and what he did, but people don't know like he did it behind honor of his mother, like, and I feel like you still so attached to him. And you was never going to let him go. And you sticking it out with him because you know he's going to get out of it.
Mm-hmm. We just had this conversation the other night when we was on the phone, though. Mm-hmm. But,
when you start crying?
Mm-hmm. Like a whole pussy.
Yeah.
So, basically, now, I mean, there's never a time where I don't have moments. Like, I could bust out crying over a song. I could bust out crying over thoughts where I'm going in life.
You did that when we was leaving, where we was at? Where this weekend? When we were leaving, driving, and the song came on to me, she started crying. Yeah. And you said, not right fucking now, because we out tonight. And you started asking, you was like, not right now, because we out tonight.
I feel like myself felt like he tell me all the time, he like, Omi, you was a good mom. You still a good mom.
You were. You still are.
And he was just like, I did what I had to do. He said, no, I don't regret nothing I did. He said, if I had to do it again, I would.
He tells my son that.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And me and her wasn't even speaking when this shit happened. You understand what I'm saying? Like, not at all. Mm-mm. And that bitch called my phone and said, go get your fucking son. Then instantly, I know her voice. And I'm like, huh? And I got Zaya in the back of the seat. I think they was like 6 and 4. And I'm like, what? And I pull up in the Northeast. I see all this yellow tape. And I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck is this yellow tape? Like, where the fuck is my son at? My heart like this. Because I don't care what mom you are, an instant mother reaction is going to be like, where the fuck is my son? I see the cops. I see a boot bag. I see blood. That's all I see. I see a bike. So they're like, miss, you can't come through the yellow tape. You can't come through the yellow tape.
She went
fuck
through
you.
It.
I'm going through this yellow tape. Because if you know who I am, leave me the fuck alone. So I go through the yellow tape. My dad was a homicide detective at the time. Mm-hmm. He's retired now. So I call him on the phone instantly. But I'm out of sight, out of mind. But I see all these people standing around and looking. So I'm like, hey, like, Bree. And I'm like, huh? And I'm like, Dad, where you at? So that's when they told me at first that Muhammad was the one that was murdered.
That was the call I got.
That was the call you got, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now me and my sister, Crystal, we on the highway. And so my dad calls me and say, Bree, turn around. That's when I crashed on the boulevard. Mm-hmm. Because we was on our way to Frankfurt Hospital. Because I lived in the Northeast at the time. And they said Muhammad did the killing. So
I told you that. I kept telling you, let's the fuck go. Yep. I said, let's go, bitch. Like, because the call I got was that he was shot.
Right.
And when you pulled up, I had already knew it wasn't him. Right. So I'm like, let's leave. But I couldn't control you or get you to listen to me. Like, we got to go. Because he's not the one that was hurt. You know? And
but
you was like, that's his book bag. And I said, Breezy, I know, but we got to go. Like,
I just feel like I wish I would have pulled up a little bit faster. Because watching that tape in court, of how he was tussling with the neighbor across the street.
I wish I would have too, because I was looking for him.
Yo, I know.
I was looking for him. I went to your house.
I remember.
I ran in your house. I threw that door open. I'm like, is Mama here?
Yep.
And they was like, no. I ran back out. I spent the corner. I was looking for him.
Yep.
I was looking for him.
Yep.
Because, bitch, I know what happened, but me and your son would have been on the road, and I would have been calling you like, yo, bitch, you're going to have to meet us somewhere, because I would have kept.
I know that for a fact. That's your nephew at the end of the day. So I just was like, huh? And then it still didn't register. And I got cops and all types of medias knocking at my door. Go the fuck away right now. Like, this shit is not even settling right. Then I got all these little, y'all call them YN niggas. They was a whole gang at the time. I don't know where these little niggas came from. So, like, it was just a whole different situation. But one thing my son was a pussy. I was fighting these motherfuckers every day. Fucking their asses up. And you got 50 little niggas running back towards the fight. And Ham and the young, they started locking it in. And Ham seen them little niggas coming back. And he just, he switched. And he went in. And he shot them niggas.
Yeah. Me and you had a falling out because of that. You remember?
Yeah.
We had a falling out because
yeah.
Muhammad shared some things with me.
Yeah.
And I didn't share it with you.
Yeah.
So we had you was upset with me for not telling you.
I was.
And I just knew what kind of mom you was, and maybe I should have told you, like, yo, they keep fighting these kids, over nothing. Like, 'cause it was over nothing. Like, the boys were coming from Frankfurt trying to tell them they couldn't hang in their park. Like, this how senseless this shit was. Mm-hmm. And they fought from school to park.
One of them thought all he was tough as shit, though.
Yeah, that one he got. The one that happened to, yeah. He kept. They jumped him. Like, yeah. They don't want to.
I remember that shit.
They jumped him.
I remember that shit.
They jumped him, and then
they said Han was fucking him up.
Yeah. Remember the man held.
Yup, he held my son up. He said Aunt Breezy Muhammad was fucking him up, and adults got involved.
Yeah.
That's how bad my son was fucking their asses up.
Yeah. So it led to unfortunately the boy losing his life, but Muhammad lost his life too. Like,
And it's tragic for both sides.
Yeah,
like,
it is, for sure.
He called home Deli. He he always, of course he on the phone with Brandon and y'all and stuff, but then it's like, he like, I had a baby yet? No. What you doing? Can you video? I'm gonna try to FaceTime y'all so I can see the house. Where y'all at? He called the other day. He's like, shh, don't die on me. I said, I ain't gonna die on you. He's like, Umi, I don't need you to die. He's like, don't die. So for y'all don't know, my son got 22 to 44 years at 18. For y'all that don't know. And yeah, when you're a structured home and a mom and you raising your kids a certain way.
You don't expect it.
You don't expect it.
That was unexpected.
But strength. I don't think no man can endure what a woman endures. And I'm not minimizing men. We give birth. We produce. We reproduce. We're healers. We're nurturers. And we're the natural go-tos. You guys get dressed for us. You smell good for us. You look good for us. So when you're a single mom,
it's all right. You did everything you were supposed to.
Pain is deep, yo. So when you gotta be a mom to other kids and still deal with your traumas, your pains, and fucking not show it to your kids that's in front of you because they don't want to see you crying because now they hurting, and you gotta go in the kitchen and wipe your face while you cooking the food, or while you washing the clothes or folding the clothes, or while you just upstairs in the bathroom for 5 seconds letting that shit out, or in your room before somebody busting the room and say, mommy, can I have any of that shit. Don't ever take away from a fucking woman. Not woman, a woman. Womb. And I say that to all mothers out there, to the mother that's sitting on the couch, to the one that's going to be a mother eventually that's sitting on the couch, to myself, to anybody. Y'all don't know what it's like to be a woman, to be a black woman, to be a black woman that's raising kids alone, to be a black woman that's raising kids with a spouse. Because we all impact so much. So people look at you, they see you smile, they see you go through your day, they see her go through her day, they see me go through my day. That shit take courage. That shit takes power. That shit takes a lot. Everybody got a story to tell. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you my story 24/7. But what I am going to do now, I'm going to ground myself. I'm going to reflect on it. I'm not going to push it away anymore. I'm going to recognize it, because crying is releasing. That's a release of trauma.
Yeah.
It's accepting what you've been going through. And every time you cry, you heal. It's an understanding. So thank you for not telling me. Why? Because if you would have told me, he would have still been out there in the streets and he could have been dead.
Mm-hmm.
But by you not telling me, it caused him to be incarcerated, where I could save him, where he understands at the age of 26 from 18 now that this shit ain't it. Where I could have been crying to you right now because you did help me at a fucking in the house, because I'm never going to see my son again.
You're going to see your son again.
So, to sum all this up, I wanted this podcast to be deep and personal. This podcast is the first episode.
I don't think we got to the end of everything.
We ain't get to the end of everything because I ain't finished. But I wanted this to be up and personal and deep for people that don't understand, that look at only the glass or what's behind the camera. We talking about people that live this shit in real life. So for y'all that sit and try to downplay Connie or look at Tanisha sideways because she come from this, or just look at me from always being an aggressor, as y'all would call me, it's nothing to do with me being. I'm the softest pie. I'm like a soft teddy. I'm like a hard teddy bear. I'm hard as nails on the outside, but soft as shit on the inside. I love kids. I'm a kid lover. If you hurt a kid, I'll fuck you up. I'll fuck a parent up over their kid. You understand me? And at the end of the day, I feel like to young women out there that's of color and indigenous colors, what she said, go make your own money. Go make your own bank. When we was coming up, we ain't depend on no fucking body. Whether we worked at Auntie Ann's, whether we took the money, we put it up and we stacked that shit. We had our own shit. When we was 19 and 20, we had our own shit.
Yeah.
We ain't wasn't living with no parents or no grandparents. We had our own shit.
Yeah. We definitely did.
I might not have had a car, but I had a crib. I ain't have to worry about walking on tippy toes with this baby on my shoulder, this baby in the car seat, this baby on my back. At least I knew I had a home that they could go to and we could go to sleep. Rather I was sleeping on the fucking floor, rather I was sleeping in the motherfucking cold. Bitch, is mine. Can't nobody take shit from you when it's yours. That's what y'all gotta understand. Now, how you move strategically after that, it will overcome and you will be okay. But strong and power comes within. So if you thinking that a nigga or a man, because a nigga can have a lot of money, because I know for a fact I done had mine's. I done been in a 15-year relationship where he had gave me nothing but money. She knows that. Did for me and my kids ain't none of my kids his, biologically, but raised them as his, and I respect him for that. But treated me like fucking shit. Belittled the fuck out of me. Made me feel like I was nothing. But what I do, I ain't used to having this. All I'm used to is jailbirds. So finally got me a nigga that's ain't in the streets. Much as I know I'm a hustler, you didn't have to do that. But you so used to taking care of niggas because you was a street girl. Now you done crossed over a new leaf. So you don't even know how to sit back and relax. But I've always been a hustler. Ain't nothing sweet about me. But at the end of the day, I was getting abused. Mentally, verbally. Now physically, I don't know. That wasn't happening. But mental and verbal is way worse than physical. And I've been beaten physically with my first baby father. Real bad. In the hospital with Muhammad at 7 months pregnant. Black thigh, busted nose. Didn't know if my son was going to make it. So I get it. But you have to understand and gain your powers back, know who you are, recognize who you are. But moving forward, Now that we got across all our traumas and what we went through, and I love this segment. Let's just talk tea right now.
What's the
Cause
tea?
I don't know. Y'all gotta tell me what the fuck is the
I don't
tea
know.
is.
What's
Like,
the tea?
Connie be having all the motherfucking tea. That's who we need to ask.
Mm-hmm.
What's the tea lately?
Tea on what?
Look, she don't even know the tea or what. Matter of fact,
I
I
just
just
feel
want to
like-
ask you about who the fuck was that on the live the other night though?
Oh, Bunny Bun Bun. That's my girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, y'all gotta follow her. Get into
Connie be having so many people on her live. I don't know what the fuck be what.
No, but I don't like the state of the city right now. Like a friend of mine just got shot dead the other day in the car in front of her son. And I seen when no guns on posted bitches don't just get killed for nothing. She set nigga up. She probably did. No, she didn't.
See, I keep telling T, he gotta stop doing that
No,
shit.
she didn't. Like, no, he didn't do it. Just the comments.
Like,
the
no,
people was
she
talking
didn't.
shit.
Like,
I'ma be.
do y'all know these men are tender?
I'm gonna be
worse than us.
all the way honest with y'all. Like me and my sisters have always gotten the stigma of they set niggas up. What? I mean, like really, what man that you deal with or your brother would put you in harm's way where you go fuck with a nigga and then you set them up so they know it come from you. Like, are you dumb? Like, we have never, and I'm just going to put this out there right now. We have never set up anybody that we've dealt with, because we've dealt with some of the heavier niggas in the city. So it's like, we've never set anyone up. So I just want to clarify that has never been our thing. And another thing my brothers never robbed any of y'all because most of y'all were fucking broke. Okay, and they had more money than y'all. They hit connects. You know what I mean? They hit the stash houses. They didn't hit none of y'all regular ass drug dealers out here in the street because y'all didn't have more than them. So it was no point. It would have been pointless. The shit that y'all was walking around carrying around, they was giving us to go shop with. So it's like, I really wish that people stop with the bullcrap and stop acting like, they ain't take shit from you. Nothing. Because you didn't have anything to take. You know, they did their thing or whatever, but it definitely wasn't to anyone in the city of Philadelphia. Because none of y'all had
but on
shit.
a good note, when I finally did meet your brother, when I started dealing with your nephew,
sure.
he even was checking in on us, like, y'all need something in jail, making shit happen.
Yeah.
Like,
they family is a really good family.
Yeah, at that point, like, when he was calling, checking in, like, y'all cool, y'all need something. It's like, damn, this nigga in jail, he still,
people honestly just have, like, they get the wrong impression of us because we have trust issues. Like, you know, we can't allow you to come in our homes and be around us and because you get people who sit around and listen to us argue and then they take our arguments and go take it to the streets. Like, you know, so it's like,
and I ain't say nothing yet, but when I posted the pictures of us leaving court and stuff, my aunt texted me. She said, "That's your tribe right there." Like,
yeah, like
we said that
we
just
we can't do that. We've never
other bitches, like, you know, I hate them. Like,
me and my sisters have never been able to, like, we all have our own set of friends, and there is a really small group of girls, and you know that. Like, you know, like Tia has maybe one or two honest to God friends. Tiana has maybe one or two. Kia got one or two niggas. Like, if she don't fuck with bitches,
Kia don't fuck with nobody.
You know, and she do got this one friend she met in jail, really nice girl. But do you know, I only got I literally, outside of y'all, I have Ebony and I have Yanni.
But remember when I called you the other day and I was like, I'm on live talking about some other shit. Why is it in the comments bringing up your sister?
Because she's a hot topic.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like,
I don't know.
everybody want to know what's going on.
Like,
everybody want to know what's going on with her, and she's living a regular life.
I'm like,
you know, she's living a regular life with her husband.
Listen, nobody was nobody brought it up or nothing. It's just somebody came out of nowhere in the comments like, because I was talking to you, so they must have knew I was talking to you. So somebody came in the comments like, yeah, sister and her husband. Why the fuck is y'all?
Why the fuck do y'all care?
Yeah,
like, I mean, I don't get it. This is what I don't get with a lot of the females here in the city, right? Y'all can fuck whoever y'all want. Y'all all be like, a lot of y'all bitches that fucked on our niggas, you know. But when we fuck on y'all niggas, it's a motherfucking problem.
It's a motherfucking problem.
Do unto others as you want to be done
unto you.
Because if you don't, then guess what?
Fuck
I mean, like, we don't care. Like,
at all.
We
and
don't
as
care.
long as I've been friends with Tanisha, any man she messed with, they like men of stature.
Wait,
they be obsessed with her.
Well, let me correct something because I owe my baby father this much. I don't like him. So I might be downplaying him more than the norm. But even though he was an excellent, because here's the thing. For a man to step up for your 4 kids that ain't his kids,
he's actually a good guy. You know, I'm team.
That was your best friend at one
You want me to say his name?
No,
okay.
fuck no.
Okay, I'm definitely team baby dad, but
he's really a good guy. Like, one thing about my baby dad, Nisha know, bitch, I want to go to Africa. Come on, babe, pick it up.
Tell Tanisha get her bag too.
Let's go. You out? He's the real gentleman.
Yes.
You ain't paying for shit.
No,
nothing. So I might be mean a little bit on this podcast, but I gotta keep it 100. Like, he's a good man. He's a good baby father. It's just that he has done a lot for me. It's just that I guess because I'm so sensitive and I'm loving him. I love hard that when you get your feelings hurt by a man, for me, I don't see shit else but that.
But I'm glad
you
know what I mean? Said that, because there's bitches that really treat niggas that take care of their kids so fucked up because of what they did to them. They can't get past that.
Yeah.
But it's all about now what they gonna do and with your kids.
Yeah.
And with their
and he's
kids.
still around.
Yeah,
he's still around.
He take care
and y'all,
you know, like
we not even that. Like, when I say, he don't talk to me. No motherfucking kids that had food, all types of shit, money,
cash apps, Apple Pay.
If you look at them kids' cash apps, they banking.
But they'll let a deadbeat rip and run through the house, fucking when they want to or nothing.
And I have 3 baby daddies, and they all deadbeats. And I mean dead fucking, now this is a fact. They deadbeats. All them jailbirds. All of them, I don't know what this shit is with these niggas out here where if I'm not fucking with you, I don't fuck with my kids no more. I don't know where that weird shit come from.
That's emotions.
You think so?
It's emotions.
Because you got kids out here.
Them still wanting to be with the woman. Yeah, I really do. And a lot of people need to actually like grow up. But I can't, I mean, men, you gotta think, you had a kid young. You had kids young, so that means your men were young too. So mentally, they were even younger than you. Like, you know.
Except for Muhammad dad, he was older. He was 28.
Yeah, okay, well, then he's just kind of...
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah. You know, he was abusive.
He was a woman beater.
He was abusive to you.
That's what the fuck he was.
So, and you had to get away from him anyway. So
he called himself apologizing when Han was like in his late teens, but
you should have accepted it.
I did move on. That's why it doesn't bother me now.
Yeah.
And I actually feel bad for him a little bit, not in the way of like I'm sensitive to his needs, but more so like
you lost out. You
lost out, bitch. And he know that. But also he was abused with his father.
It's a cycle.
So it's a cycle.
It's a cycle.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I can say my baby father was a freaking cheater. Okay. He was a freaking cheater for sure, but a hell of a provider. Okay,
that's a fact.
Hell of a provider.
That's a fact.
But a dirty dog. A dirty dog.
This nigga had us everywhere. Every time we turn around, we fucking fighting somebody.
But you know, but he was definitely was a provider. Always great.
I remember that nigga brought out. What store we was in? What for the kids? Gap. That's when Gap was popping.
No, this is when Janie and Jack. Yeah.
I like Janie and Jack still though.
Yeah. He always
he's still a good provider though. Honestly,
gets on my nerves.
Even to your kids.
Yeah, my other children.
Your other children, yes,
for sure. Like Suber calls him and be like, "Hey, Brandon, can you pay?"
He pays that phone bill. He pays that phone bill. He does. He does.
But no, he was a dirty fucking dog.
I mean, we all had our
Sorry,
turns.
Brandon, you're a fucking dog. But yeah, yeah,
They said Tanisha should be chasing around Brandon with
Oh, girl.
all types of weapons and stuff.
I don't think we was chasing him so much.
No, because what?
I was.
Remember it was found out that my cousin was dealing with
Who your cousin?
Brandon. Remember? You was like, oh, that's one.
Oh,
she
that
told me,
bitch.
like, she's crazy.
That bitch.
Tanisha is
No,
not
no,
crazy.
no.
She was like, yeah, she is
no,
crazy.
no.
I said,
She
when I
said
found it out,
something to
I said, that's why.
No, she said something to me at the doctor's when I was pregnant with my daughter. I've never forget.
Yeah,
she
she said
said
you was
something
on
getting
that
on the
pregnant and
elevator.
all.
She said something getting on the elevator, and bitch, I ran down the motherfucking steps and met her downstairs. Like, what you say? Like, let me call him. Let's get him on the line. You know. And Brandon came and we wound up meeting her at the gas station. We was fighting on the expressway.
Child,
it was a whole
beat that
lot.
bitch with a fuck.
We was fighting on the expressway.
Let me not talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
But,
okay, Breezy, go ahead.
So we gonna sum it
come
up.
back to this.
Yeah, we gotta do a part 2 of this because this is real intimate. I love it, and I'm here with my sisters. We gotta lay it out. We gonna do a part 2 of this. We gonna do a part. This part 1.
Crazy. I'm like,
we gonna do a part 2.
Yo, that lady said something to me.
But I want to drop a jewel before we close out. So for all my young girls and my young guys that's out there that's coming up in the making, being in society, being as a people of culture, of our culture, here's the game I'm going to give you y'all. Make your own path. Make your own way. For women right now, and I'm speaking on women because I'm a woman first before I'm anything else. Spiritually, emotionally, and physically. You with somebody that got money, you take that money and you stack that money. You on your own path.
I did it. Left my baby dad with $500,000.
And you feel like you need to do better, you will do better. You got to speak your words into existence and your power and know that your tongue is power. And understand that anything that's a design for you will be designed for you. Don't ever worry about what nobody else got, what nobody else had. Make your own path and your own light in your own way. And you will flourish. I promise.
No, we spoke
live examples.
So
I love everybody.
That lady know what she did.
Thank you for tuning in. We're gonna do a part 2 of this.
Y'all, can I say something?
Go ahead.
So I just want to say to the younger people, love you.
Right.
Like, you gotta start there. Learn to make
Love
you
and
happy.
Love yours.
Love
Yes.
you, make yourself happy, and get your own fucking bread so
Yes.
can't nobody take it from you.
Yes.
And if you need, my name's one sister, what is that? One of those sisters on Instagram.
Yep.
You need some advice or anything, like, if anything I can help you with, like some verbal advice.
Yes.
We see your
You know,
story.
And give y'all Instagram's information so Tanisha gave
I
hers.
got you.
Batani Lives and Batani Lives too.
The Batani.
It's stamped on me now.
Yes.
Oh, you got a tattoo?
And you guys can find me at Breeway_5 on Instagram and on TikTok, Spiritual Bree. So there you have it. I hope this concludes for part 1. We will see you on part 2.
Part 2.
Peace, love, and light. See you later.
This was fun.